guys, Melanie here with Yoga Mobility with Mel, and we have Maeve today. We're going to do a little baby wearing workout today. So strap your baby on and let's get started. So let's begin. You're going to stand on your mat, toes pointing forward. We're just going to stand here for a moment. So it's a little bit hard because we've got a little extra weight that's in the front of the body. But this is a good opportunity for you to not thrust your hips forward. Okay, so bring your hips back. You want to align your pelvis a bit over your heels. Think about 60-40, 60% of the weight into your heels, 40% kind of in the front of the foot. Arms can be resting on your babe if it feels a little bit more supported, or you can have your arms down by your sides. And then close your eyes. So as you close your eyes, you can sway a little forward, back, side to side, and really think about what that 60-40 feels like in your feet. Check and see also with your feet, are you leaning to the pinky toe edge sides? Or are your feet caving in? So you have maybe too much supination or pronation. So just notice whatever you're feeling in your feet here. If your babe is a little bit heavy, notice if you're hiking your shoulders up. Can you just let your shoulders be pulled down nicely with your weight of the babe? And again, find your pelvis. Make sure your pelvis isn't pushing out forward over your toes, but that pelvis is pulled back and more aligned over your heels. You can keep your chin down slightly. Try not to jut your chin out. And think kind of ears back over your shoulders. Now, with the weight of the baby probably pressing into your front, I want you to take a deep breath. Breathe in. Feel your rib cage expand against your babe. And exhale, slow breath out. Do 2 more. Last one. Very good. Slowly blink your eyes open. Okay, so again, you want to have those toes pointing forward. So notice if when you stood here, that your toes were turned out to the sides, or one foot was out, one foot was in. Makes an impact, makes a difference on your hips, knees, everything up the line. Imagine like train tracks. If you had a little bit of a kink in the railroad track, it would fall off the train. So be aware of that. Now, let's take the feet wider, and now I want you to turn your toes out to the sides. You can bring your hands onto your hips, and we're just going to do this little tick-tock with the hips. So legs are going to stay straight, and then you're just going to tick-tock, back and forth with the toes turned out. Okay? Maybe do a little dance with your babe. So side to side, side to side. And then I want you to do some circles. So circle around in the hips. So you're not moving too much with the upper body. Most of the movement is happening in the pelvis here. And then you're just going around the edges of a bowl, circling around in the pelvis, and then circle the other way. All the other way around. Big circles, just getting those hips nicely, a little warmed up. 2. Last one. Good. Now, turn your right toes out, turn your left toes in. Let's take a little side bend. Your right hand down, left arm up. Probably hold on to your babe here. And then just kind of side bend. This is a nice weighted side bend, so it's a little bit hard. Don't go too far, and don't collapse forward. Come back to the center. Switch sides, turn the left toes out. Your right arm up, hold on to the babe. Reach up first, and then slightly side bend. Let your hips travel a little bit over towards the right side. As you reach to the side, feel your side waist working. Come back to the center. Turn your toes, point them straight forward this time. Inhale, stretch your arms, reach them out, up. Exhale, bring them back down. Do that one more time. Inhale, stretch your arms out, reach them up. Hands behind the head, interlace fingers, and then just lean the elbows back. Maybe do a little twist side to side, just kind of opening up the shoulders. You're feeling your babe should be kind of tugging down on the shoulders a little bit as you do this here. Good. And then release the arms, take your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back, interlace fingers, pull the knuckles back, squeeze. Hopefully the straps of your baby carrier aren't getting in the way, so you can just pull back a little bit here, opening up a little bit more into the front of the chest. Good, and then release the arms. Take the arms out wide, turn your palms facing up. Now, let's turn your thumbs down towards the floor, and then turn the palms up. Thumbs down towards the floor. Your feet can kind of be anywhere. Just try to maybe keep your toes pointing forward. Thumbs down. Turn the palms up. Turn the thumbs down. One more time, turn the palms up, and then just roll your head a little side to side. Keep reaching out through your fingertips. Side to side. Stretch through the neck. 3, 2, 1, and then release. Okay, go onto your baby's feet. You have them pointing in, pointing out. She's got hers pointing forward, so I'm just going to move your toes a little bit. You can keep your feet a little bit wide, and we're just going to sit back slightly. So I'll turn to the side. So you're going to either hold on to your baby, depends on your balance, so you want to sit back, and squeeze up. So just moving their feet out of the way so that you don't crunch their legs really. So you're going to sit back and up. So you can hold on to them for support, hold on to one leg, and you're just trying to sit back so your bum further back. So we feel this on the glutes. Don't go too far. It's kind of hard to go too far with them here. You could also reach your arms forward if their legs weren't so long or in the way, especially if they're facing towards you. Squeezing down. She keeps putting her legs on my leg. Sit back. Do 3 more. Back. 2. Last one. Press and squeeze up. Very good. It's always a little bit fun. Do a little circle. And then do a little circle the other way. Woo! Was that fun? Okay, now we're going to grab a block. So you'll hang onto a wall and put a block under your foot. So I'm going to step onto this with my, mirroring you, so you're step onto it with your right foot. And then you want to just stand balanced. So the other leg, hips, stay level, like you have a belt buckle on. So you can either have your elbow against the wall, have your hand against the wall, if you felt really like stable with a baby moving around. Probably just keep your hand onto something, okay? So we're just balancing, first trying to keep the hips level. And now let's do a little asymmetry in our pelvis and our hips. So you're going to take the leg that is not on the block, and you're going to sink it down towards the floor. No, nothing's bending, your knees are straight. And then you're hiking it back up. So it's moving in the pelvis. So the foot is going to drop down towards the floor, and then you pull it back up. Just do it slow, sink down. You might not have a whole lot of movement, depends on the mobility of your pelvis. So if it doesn't move a lot, this is definitely something to work on. And pull it back up. One more time, sink the foot down towards the floor, keep your legs straight, and then hike it back up, hike it back up. Good. Whew, that works a lot onto the standing supporting leg. Let's do the other side. So move the block over. Stand onto it with your other foot. Find your balance first. Ideally, probably standing in the middle of the block. So your feet are level, using the wall or something for a little bit of support here. Really feeling this outside leg, left leg working. Okay, and then we're going to do a little asymmetry. So you're going to drop your hip down to the floor. So the movement is happening at your pelvis and your hips. And then you hike it up. Notice my knees are not bending. Sink it down towards the floor. Hike it back up. 3. And up. 4. Lift up. 2 more. Squeeze up. Last one. Squeeze it up. And then release. Come off the block. And let's set the block over to the side. Very good. So let's come back into this wide leg stance. Toes can be pointing out. And then let's just do a few more hip circles. Just circle your hips around and notice, see how that's feeling the second time around. Does it feel a little looser? Looser, but does it feel a little easier to move? Or does it feel about the same? Okay, tick-tocking back and forth a few times. Good. Let's try to go for a little bit of a lunge. If you have a little bit of a wonky knee, I have a lot of postnatal mums who tend to have the knees are not so nice to kneel down onto. So if that's the case for you, grab a pillow and you can put it under your knee. And we're going to step your right leg forward. Try not to knock yourself over onto the pillow. Coming into a little bit of a lunge, and then we're going to bend the front right knee and then come into this high lunge, okay? So just adjust yourself so that back heel is off the ground and your leg doesn't have to be straight, because if you work your leg straight and you're tipping your pelvis forward, it's not really what we want. So I want you to bend your knee slightly if you can't get your leg straight without tipping your pelvis forward. So hands onto your hips, balance yourself, or hold on to your baby. If balance is challenging, move your feet a little bit wider apart, and that'll give you a bigger base so that you don't feel wobbly. Just getting a nice stretch into the front of that stretched leg, the back leg. Now, let's try a couple times. We're going to lower the knee down. Don't go all the way down if you don't think you can get back up. So, bend the back knee, slowly lower, come back up. 2, and up. 3, and up. 4, and up. 5, and up. 6, 2 more. 7, and 8. Stand up. Okay, now see if you can maybe move the pillow out the way. You're going to balance onto your front leg, your right leg again. And then I want you to come forward, and then maybe you just like keep your big toe of the back foot on the floor. Hang on to the babe as you lean forward. And you're just balancing. So the weight is on the front right leg. Square your hips, square your pelvis, and then keep your toes down for support, and a little bit harder, lift your toes off the floor. Just hover, hold. Really working this standing leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the foot down. Woo. Come back to the center. Let's do the circles again. Move your pelvis. Circle it the other way. Move it around. Good. Now let's do the other side. So, I'll turn to this direction. This time, you're going to step your left foot forward. Just make sure to clear the pillow. And then you're going to lunge. High lunge. Back heel is up. Again, work your back leg as straight as you can, but not at the sake of tipping your pelvis forward. Okay, you want your pelvis to be nicely stacked, ribs over pelvis. You're not thrusting the baby forward. Try to keep things nicely aligned here. And then you're lunging into that front left knee, working that back right leg as straight as you can. Hands on your hips, to the sides, wherever you feel a little bit more support and balance. Breathe. Your baby is heavy. This one's already 10, 11 kilo. Not the easiest. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to bend that back knee. So you're going to bend the knee down, lift up. You can go as far as you need to. Just make sure you can get back up. 3, and up. 4, 4 more. 5, 6, 7. Last one, 8. Press it up. Okay, move that pillow out if you have it underneath your knee. And then we're going to lean forward, tip forward, and balance onto that front left leg. So again, try not to open to the side, but square your hips towards the floor. Keep the toes on the ground or lift the toes off. squaring forward, babe is looking forward, hang on to the babe, balancing all the way into that left leg. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up. Good. Don't be surprised if that's quite hard, especially it doesn't matter how much your babe weighs. If you've not been doing a lot of weights, extra weights, but just your own body weight, they are obviously one of your best weights that you can use for yourself. So, sway your hips a little side to side, and it's harder. Side to side, side to side, side to side. So to come down to the floor, let's come down to the floor. Kind of like that lunge, you can take one step forward, one step back, and the knee down. Bring the other knee down, and then sit back onto your heels or over to the side. Come into a cross-legged seated position. So, you can just sit here with your babe in your lap, sitting nice and tall. So try not to round and slouch forward towards them. Sit up as tall as you can. Hands onto them. Hold on to their hands or onto the front of them. Close your eyes for a moment. Give yourself a nice big pat on the back for your hard work. It is not easy because they can be heavy, and just be kind and gentle with yourself. If you found that was really hard, the more you do it, the more you'll progress and work up towards it. And if it was easy, well, you can definitely add some more to it as you need. Sitting tall, letting go of whatever you felt with that little workout there. Let's do 3 more deep breaths. 2 more. Last one. Next inhale, let's reach the arms out, up over your head. Bring your hands down to your heart. Maybe grab your babe. And namaste. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed that class. I hope your babe was agreeable to it and let you enjoyed it. And let me know any questions. Hope to see you again next time. Thanks.